Mr. Sullivan. Jeff Sullivan?
Yep, I'm here.
Good evening, Mr. Sullivan. You all set?
Don't land in my bed.
Yeah, you're good. Just start talking.
Okay, hi everybody. My name is Jeff Sullivan.
There you go.
I live at 54 Tracy Drive. Appreciate the Board of Directors for having me here tonight. I'd like to comment regarding the issue of mandatory masking at public meetings and the subsequent move to remote meetings because of the mayor's unreasonable demand that requires members of the board and audience to wear masks. On one hand, I commend the mayor for not issuing a townwide mask mandate. However, I find it ironic that masks are required in town buildings and Board of Directors meetings, but not at any of our stores. It's kind of absurd that Board of Directors meetings were moved to video conferencing only because of some individuals being unwilling to submit to the mayor's masking demand. Surely, the mayor and other policymakers frequent stores, restaurants, and businesses in town where there are patrons who don't wear masks. And the mayor and other policymakers find themselves in the same situation which occurs at in-person Board of Directors meetings. They're maskless people. But for whatever reason, it's only an issue at Board of Directors meetings and in town buildings. I think we call this hypocrisy or a double standard. In one instance, the mayor is seemingly okay being around maskless people when shopping in our stores, but at Board of Directors meetings, for some reason, it's unacceptable. How is going to the store with maskless people being present any different than attending a Board of Directors meeting with maskless people? Is this a move to silence your opposition and deter them from attending public meetings by requiring them to wear masks that they don't want to wear? And how is holding virtual meetings equitable to our disadvantaged residents when we know some members of our town do not afford internet or devices that are capable of video conferencing? Regardless of the mayor's actions and statements, this country is founded on the premise of individualism, not collectivism. In my opinion, Mayor Moran should take responsibility for his own health and safety and wear a respirator and face shield or utilize whatever protective equipment he wants to protect himself if he insists on fearing a virus which he's triple vaccinated against. It makes much more sense for an individual to protect themselves rather than require members of the public to engage in the involuntary behavior of mask wearing. I'd like to remind everyone that non-protective masks, like surgical masks and cloth masks, there is basically no function when the person wearing it has no communicable disease because the person cannot spread a disease they don't have. Therefore, making members of the public wear masks when they're perfectly healthy defies logic and reach of tyranny. In America, it has traditionally been the responsibility of the individual to protect themselves from whatever it is they fear, rather than allowing a wannabe dictator to infringe on the rights of all or requiring them to engage in behavior which is contrary to their will. That being said, call on Mayor Moran to reinstate in-person Board of Directors meetings and not require attendees to wear masks, because it should be his responsibility to protect himself by wearing a respirator and face shield or whatever protective equipment he personally and voluntarily wants to wear. It is not the public's responsibility to wear a mask they don't want to wear in order to provide the mayor a sense of comfort when he is capable of comforting and protecting himself through his voluntary actions. The mask mandate at public meetings requires some participants to engage in involuntary behavior, and it is unacceptable because the mayor is capable of accomplishing what he desires through his own actions. Therefore, the position he holds and the actions he's taken to move Board of Directors meetings to all virtual is unreasonable and selfish. And I appreciate you guys listening to me here tonight. I hope you reconsider the mask requirement in municipal buildings, meetings, and make mask wearing a voluntary choice, not an authoritarian mandate. And when the time comes, I urge you to make mask wearing in our schools a voluntary choice, because we're Americans and we believe in freedom, not fascism.